Welcome back. We're getting closer to Christmas now, and it's time to do that lovely, gorgeous centrepiece for your Christmas table. What I'm going to do is envisage you've got quite a big table, and you can have this round affair in the middle of the table. If you can't put it on the table, it's going to look fabulous on the side, on the coffee table. And here's how we're going to make it. I've picked up an Oasis ring. You can buy these from your local florist. The ones with the plastic bottom, not the foam bottom, because obviously you want to protect your table. You fill the sink with water, you turn the ring upside down and just let it soak up the water. Do not try and push it down because you'll get that airlock inside and it will never soak. So during the course of Christmas, you will need to re-soak this. So you will need to put it on the draining board, throw a load of water over it and keep that ring moist. If it dries out, that's it, finito. So that is worth thinking about. But this is something you can do a few days in advance and it will always look good. So I've prepared myself some lovely bits of foliage here. Now, a key part of this is the pine. I love doing this. You strip the bottom of the stem off and you get that lovely oily smell coming out. And it really does make you feel like Christmas. You feel, we should have a little bit of a mulled wine on the go here. I think I'm lacking a trick here. Anyway, I'm going to create this lovely ring and we're going to put a candle in the centre. So, got to cover this ring. So I've prepared all bits of foliage here. What have we got? We've got blue pine. We've got some yew that I got from the woods, a bit more eucalyptus and some buried ivy. This one with this tree ivy with the berries on is free from the woods and it's a great one. I've made a little pile there and they're all about that length. So let's go in with our blue pine first. I don't want to see the plastic. Oh no, can't see the plastic. So I'll take the slightly bigger pieces and I'm going in at an angle. I don't know if, Paul, you want to sort of zoom in at this slightly because it's all on the table. So I hope you can see. These nice prongy bits, and I'm going to go all the way round using up, they're all freshly cut. Oh. Now this is obviously something that you might not have in the garden, however you will have it at the bottom of the Christmas tree. You know that bit that you take off and you don't know what to do with it? Here we go. So I'm going to continue filling in and I can use as much of this as possible because it really is that Christmassy smell we're after. And what I might do is do half of this and then I'll fill it up later. You might get a bit bored watching me do this bit. Let me go halfway. So I'm gonna, I do love this smell. I make my wreaths, I make so many, I can't tell you, but I never get bored of them. I lose myself in it and just absolutely love it. I'm going to do that half. I can feel this bit in a minute. Let me go to the next bit of foliage. I've got this buried ivy and this is so good. Let's bring it forward a bit. With these, so good for filling in. So, like I said, just use up all the bits to cover that plastic base. Nobody wants to see that. It's ugly. In fact, you know, like we all know, eco-wise, we're all thinking of not using things like Oasis, ruining the planet. And you could do this sort of thing in water, but you'd have to have the right container, wouldn't you? You just have to have a very shallow ring dish that you could use instead. Right, I've already pre-cut all this, so it saved me a little bit of time when showing you. But as you can see, it's filling up nicely, isn't it? In between, just sort of keep going in the same direction. What else have we got? We've got a bit of yew. So again, another texture. So it's slightly darker than the blue pine, giving a richness to my display. There you go. Just keep threading it through. Have a pile ready, and it will come together as quickly as this. I'm not so worried about the inside, because once I put my candle in there, that's going to be covered. So it's all about the outside, really. I think I've got to say this is has been donated by my local florist. So another freebie, me. There you go. So at this point, I think I'm going to put a bit of this eucalyptus in. Just, find a stem that's lovely and branchy, and this will give that lovely smell. And another texture and another variety of greenery. So look how we've done there. We're filling that up really nicely. And if you didn't have to buy the blue pine and you did get it from the bottom of the tree, not cost you much. So I'm going to carry on going now, filling my whole ring up, lovely and full and lush, and I'll catch you in a minute. Right, I'm back. Here we go. I've filled it all in. So as you can see, a nice mixture of colours and textures, and I can't see the plastic, more or less. And now I'm ready to put in what I want it. I mean, you can leave it like that. That could be you done. I personally love all that stuff. I love just foliage. Green is my favourite colour, and I'll be more than happy than that. Other people want a bit more, so I'm going to show you a bit more. So the humble pine cone. Now, if you're going to collect these for free, you want to do them around October, I think. You'll find a tree, scoop them up, keep them dry, and then you've got lovely pine cones to decorate. As you can see, I've done that along the back there. And, it's foliage and some pine cones and a few lights. It's not difficult, and it's free. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to show you how to wire the pine cones to go in. So you take some stiff wire. I've actually put two together here to make it sturdier. I'm going to thread it through the teeth of the pine cone. I'm going to pull that wire together so it's like this. Then I'm going to tightly squeeze. Now that squeeze is the most important bit. That very tight, so it's on there like that. And then I can cut that to size and I can pop it in to my oasis. So I'm going to go all the way round with the pine cones, popping them in. You can fill this up as much as you want. These are obviously
dried, so no fresh things going in here yet. Pop those, oh, I've got these ready done. Cheating, bit of a Valerie Singleton number. Ready done, ready wired, to save time. And then so it's a bit like that. But I actually quite like a few more than that. So I want them to go in a bit lower. Oh, I haven't got enough done. Valerie Singleton would be upset with me. Anyway, I'll get it to that sort of stage, and you can see where we're heading, can't you? So again, you could stop there. You could spray those gold or silver, or get some of that spray snow and spray them before you put it in, because it goes everywhere. Let them dry and then put them in. Now, what else have I got? I tell you, I'm very tempted to... Oh no, I was going to put these lovely roses. Yeah, that's what I bought them for. Look at this colour. They're orange, but they're red and orange at the same time. They're called Brandy Snap, I think. But don't they make you feel like this time of year? Warm and glowy. Right, so let's pop those in. And I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll concentrate on the front. And then I'll fill the rest in later. So I'm going now. Now I'm a big advocate for flower stalls, you know I am. But this is the sort of thing you'll be able to pick up in the supermarkets, because you're going to cut them short. And make sure that they dig right into the oasis. And you don't need the leaves. So you can buy those cheaper roses if you want. They're pretty, they can be a bit rubbish, those supermarket roses, because you take them out of the packet and all the leaves are rubbish. But using them short like this is a good idea. They're gonna pop open and bloom, open up, rather than just going like that and falling over. There you go. I'll just do that half, and I'll return to the rest. So that's looking lovely and glowy. Again, you could stop there, couldn't you? But we don't want to do that, do we? We want a bit more. What about some of these oranges? They really do smell like Christmas. Now, you pick up a bag of these at your supermarket, at your local florist or wherever. I'm sure they're selling them all over places now, and they're slit. They're very hard to wire. But what I do is keep these sticks from my geraniums in the summer, and I always save all of those because they're very handy for popping into my oranges at Christmas, pushing in, making sure you don't come out the other side, and that will just be the right sort of thing to pop in to my Christmassy displays. What it is about oranges at Christmas, but they just look so right, don't they? But if you didn't have any dried ones, you could dry them yourself, because you can put them in a very low oven and bake them throughout the night. Or you could use fresh ones. Get some little tiny oranges or satsumas and just put the sticks up into them and pop them in, just the same as we're doing here. And it gives you the same thing. Once you've punctured the skin, however, they will start to deteriorate in the heat, in the central heating of Christmas. So they're not going to be a long laster, but you know, something you can do if you don't want to use the dried ones. It won't go in. Come on, There you go.
Right, I tell you what, I might just put a few other slices in. Oh no, I tell you what I wanted to put in. These berries. Look at these. They're actually quite lethal with the thorns on them, but they're quite branchy, and something else that you can collect in the hedgerows at this time of year. And let's just put some of that in. Oh, can't have Christmas without a bit of berry. But of course, if you can't find these, a bit of holly berry with some variegated leaves would look fabulous in this. Actually, I had noticed there doesn't seem many berries around just at the moment. So whether I'm going to be a bit short this year, I'm not sure. But look at these. These are quite good for... they're quite good. There's lots of branches on those. And what I tend to do is just make sure, knock the... Oh, not quite like that. But knock the thorns off so it's not spiteful. And I think you can get the gist that this is coming along nicely. And what I'll do is I'll carry on and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. Here we go. I filled this all in. Now if I just lift that up for you to see. So everything's sort of it's not symmetrical, but there's flow. And I filled in all the sides and put my little berries throughout. And I've got to say, it smells wonderful. And it will be a lovely addition to any table. And all we need now is a nice candle. And if I can just pop that inside, so that's why you didn't want anything that much inside, because you won't have room for your lovely candle. And there you go, ready to go. Get the mulled wine out, that's what I say.